I think I was upstairs in the booth transitioning. We were upstairs watching the game. We're watching it. We watch games as we call games. And I just was thinking, wow, Penn State's coming back. Wow, Penn State's taking the lead. And then they sack Mendoza on that last drive. And you're thinking, they have all the momentum. And Penn State did what they needed to do, put themselves in position to win the game. But man, Indiana, to me, this was right up there next to winning at Oregon, coming up with the drive of the year, responding from that sack. And then Omar Cooper, I don't even know how you call that the catch of the year. Like, it was one of the greatest catches I've ever seen
on the
ever at any level. There you are. As a receiver, when you're up in the air, catch the ball, you look down, you're getting pushed, which is not a penalty anymore in college football. You're getting pushed out of bounds. What was more impressive, getting the 1 foot elevated, the right foot elevated, or the left foot down? I mean, did the right foot end up touching inbounds too? I thought it was.
I don't think so. But you sort of let your feet die, and you're reaching, like, he can't tell which foot's going to make it. He's in the air. This thing, we slow it down so much, and it makes it look like it's just this really slow thing that happens. That happens so quick. You reach both feet out and try to touch one down. I will bet you he didn't know that his right foot didn't hit the ground. Because at first, when you first looked at it, you thought that right toe, and you just sitting there, you're getting close to your screen, you're looking. And then you realize it wasn't
insane.
The right toe, was the left toe. The left foot getting in is what made the play.
That's incredible.
Absolutely.
I mean, not only, game. I mean, if you did that in practice on a Tuesday, we'd be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But with everything on the line, this guy, the throw was great. The catch was, we'll be talking about that catch forever. I remember Charles Rogers at Michigan State against Notre Dame made a kind of a similar catch late in a game to win a game way back. But this was one of the greatest catches I've ever seen ever at any level, just because, like I said, Indiana, they're having a magical season, kind of a team of destiny. I think you and I agree what they did in Oregon. I don't care if Oregon's not the team that they appeared to be early in the year. They're still a very good team, especially at home. So what they did there, you go to Penn State again. I'm not one of these guys that says Penn State's having a terrible year. You and I know what Penn State's like. You know, the atmosphere, the lion roaring. I mean, and their fans are desperate for a win.
Yeah.
They came all the way back. The place is about to just collapse. And you put that drive together. That was to me the image of the weekend.
I agree with you. The crazy, and I'm with you. Penn State is a talented football team, and you look at the way they played that game, and it sort of felt like early on, especially in the first half, that it was Indiana's game. They go in, I think it was 17-7 at halftime, and it just felt like, okay, we come back in the second half. We're going to get back to Indiana is going to then take over. And I realized this is the same Penn State team. I think they went in, was it 14-14 in the first half against Ohio State?
It was. I'll go back and look, but it was definitely right. Close game
in Columbus. So I mean, this is still a talented Penn State football
Oh my God!
team. This is by no stretch not talented.
Yeah.
And to be on the road, like you said,
it was 17-14 Ohio State at half against Penn State. So and then Ohio State pulled away.
Yeah, this is so the respect we have for this Penn State team hasn't gone anywhere. I'm with you.
No.
They're talented. They've lost a lot of football games, but they're talented. And when you watched, it wasn't just that, but to be struggling on offense and then need to put a drive together where it's like, we need not just that play. Becker makes a play on the sideline. He goes up, makes a great catch on the sideline.
Yep.
To get that going. To me, when you're a top-ranked team like Indiana, you almost need, you hate to say that, but you need to go through something during a season just to know that you can, so that when you get in those, because games are going to get tougher. You get into the playoff, you get to the Big Ten championship game, it's going to be tougher. There's going to be moments. Well, you need to step up and make a play like that in a tough situation. And now Indiana has that in their pocket where they know doesn't matter. We can make plays when we need to, come back, get a big win on the road when we need to. And they may need that later in the playoffs. I think that's huge for them.
Yeah, and I would throw the Oregon game in there with that the style in which they had and the way they won that football game.
Yeah.
The second half, I mean, the game looked like, okay, Indiana's going to take care of this poor Penn State team. With they've had so much. It was 20-7, I think, at one point in the third quarter. And to Penn State's credit, by the way, those guys, how impressive are they? You could say, quote unquote, they have nothing to play for in this new era of guys opting out and whatever. That's not going on at State College. I mean, Terry Smith deserves a lot of credit. They're down 20-7. They get it to 20-10. Indiana punts this early, the first drive in the fourth quarter. Touchdown for Penn State. Now the crowd's really going. Interception for Penn State. Now you're really in position. Touchdown. They take the lead. Indiana gets the ball back. Punt. I mean, it's like, holy cow. Penn State's going to come up with this huge win. And then their last possession, sack with all this momentum and everything going against him, sack to start off a potential game-winning drive. I mean, you're looking at a 2nd and 17 with like a minute 50 or so to go, and you're in no huddle mode, and Mendoza hits a huge pass to Cooper that ends up getting a first down, and I think that kind of got them into a mode of, okay, we overcame that sack. Let's get this thing going. But still, the tight end catch, and then it set up unbelievable moment there at the end. But yeah, kudos.
Much like you, we were working at the time. We're on air, doing a fill between games with this game on the side.
Yep.
And you're trying to do your job and you're trying to work, but you're watching this happen. Absolutely amazing. I yelled, and we're on live.
I think everyone did, right?
Yeah, we're on live.
No matter where you were. Oh,
and it was just like,
gosh, yeah.
And then you're just sitting there waiting on the replay. All right, let's go back. Look, we got to look at it. And then you're like, oh my gosh, he made a play.
Yeah, that was, like I said, I think that's the best catch I've ever seen with what was at stake. Not just the catch, but the footwork. And how about the referee? I saw his name online. I mean, he had he had to get out of the way, keeping his eyes down, focused on the feet, and then he comes up with touchdown. And it's one thing to go frame by frame. Of course, it's a touchdown. But in the heat of the moment, as fast as that happened, him to get out of the way and still keep his vision on that back line, and he nails it. I mean, that was as much as we rip officials, how great was it to see that guy just dialed in, could not have had better technique and a better call. So kudos to him for doing that.
You sort of feel bad for Penn State. I mean, they've been through I don't know if you noticed, but they had all the orange coats lined up to control the crowd when they're going to win. Obviously, they're going to storm the field.
Yeah, they deserve it after the
all
year
the
they've
orange
had.
coats lined up right there where the touchdown happens. You can see the orange coats are like, "Oh my gosh, we just lost."
Yeah. It's like what else could go against them?
What else could happen?
Yeah.
Yes. What else could happen? We already lost 5 in a row. What else could happen?
Yeah.